Hey there guys, today we will be looking at Baa Baa's Meenie. So this is their recent New England Style IPA that just came out, coming out at 7.6% alcohol by volume, and this guy was canned on August 11th. So 4 days old, pretty fresh. This release was kind of crazy. Galaxy Far Far Away was really laid back. I mean, they're a pretty tiny brew pub, but it was, got there on time and got a case. No, really not much of an issue or anything. It did run out eventually, not too much longer after that, maybe about an hour or so. But yeah, it wasn't really a hassle. Showed up for Meenie and there was a pretty big line. They had it to 2 4-packs per person, and I got the last 4-pack. So almost missed out, but very fortunate that I got to grab a 4-pack of this. Had it on draft, thought it was incredible. Very excited to check out a can. I reached out to the owners as well just to kind of see maybe what the beer is about, get some insight on it. And this is part of their 4-part series. They had Eenie, Meenie, Miny, Mo. And Eenie was a New England Style IPA with Citra, Ahtanum, and Falconer's flight hops. And so this one has those 3 hops plus Dorado and Motueka with a bit of an ABV increase. Meenie will have those 5 hops plus 2 more varieties, and then Mo will have those 7 hops plus 2 more varieties for a total of 9 for Mo, with increases in ABV for each one. So pretty cool concept for the style. They talk about how they have that initial hop burn and are very cloudy. It's kind of their twist on it, and I definitely noticed that. Definitely has that pretty more that kind of astringent chalkiness, that hot burn that you get from some of these beers in this style. I prefer it. Some people don't as much, so if you have them, sit on them for a little bit longer. But I like these guys like super fresh with that kind of really grassy, astringent quality. Yeah, so that's pretty much, I believe, the main notes that I got about this. So thank you guys for the insight on the series. So anyway, that said, check it out. So these guys are out of Brookshire, as I mentioned before. Pretty tiny place, but it's really cool, very family oriented. And man, I got myself a pour on this one. So poured out pretty aggressively, but huge kind of foamy white head. We'll kind of let that reseed a bit and see where it goes. But as you can see, the beer itself is incredibly opaque. Just this really bright kind of mango, apricot, almost flesh type color to it. Almost green too. It's looks like the day 1 canning, or I guess the day of release for batch 4 Houston Haze. That really opaque kind of green hue to it. So. But yeah, poured out huge head. Still quite a bit left in the can though, but check out the aroma and let that guy recede a bit. It smells incredible. So juicy, so much pineapple, banana, mango, like really bright orange, but more so on the tropical side. Passion fruit. I mean, it's just like a tropical fruit medley. It smells incredible. Wow, just so bright, and it has this slight kind of sweetness to it as well. Also has that kind of that grassy quality, but just the way I kind of would describe fresh Houston Haze with that kind of dull pineapple, banana, orange juice. This is it, like turned up to 11, and even with more tropical fruit. Easily the best smelling IPA I've ever had out of the city, and one of the best smelling ones I've ever had, period. This is insane. I'll turn down a little bit, so check this guy out. Cheers. Oh. It's absolutely beautiful. All the same notes from the aroma, that really intense tropical fruit kind of character. It has like this sorbet-like quality, that kind of almost cotton candy bubblegum. Very grassy as well. Carbonation is incredibly soft. Really soft. Body is nice and full up front. It doesn't feel thin really at any point, but it doesn't feel like too heavy or anything either. Wow, the bitterness is incredibly restrained too as well for how fresh this is. It does have a bit of that kind of astringent, just slight hop burn character to it, but definitely not as much as Galaxy Far Far Away had for me on draft. I compared this to that on draft. This had, excuse me, less of that hop burn. Oh, the burps even taste amazing. It's definitely less bitterness too. This is a lot more drinkable. And I really, really enjoyed Galaxy Far Far Away too. I don't want to even drink any more of this right now because I want to savor it. Wow, that just smells incredible. It does have that initial like tropical juice kind of sorbet sweetness up front, and then dries out pretty well in the finish. Baa Baa, especially with this one too, has a little bit more, I think, of this kind of sweetness to it up front, but not like the typical, you know, candied citrus kind of sweetness you get off of some of the other IPAs. It's just, it really tastes almost like a smoothie, but then it dries out really well in the end and just has enough of that bitterness to kind of balance it out, but not in like that West Coast way where it's, you know, this syrupy malt balanced out by incredibly bitter hops. It's way more drinkable than that. This beer is incredible. This is hands down the best one that's been released here, and this is one of the best beers simply I think I've ever had as far as the style goes. I mean, this is an easy 5 out of 5 for me, and I think it's just as good as any of the big Treehouse beers, honestly. It's fantastic. Especially now, I like I said before, I really like that kind of really green, astringent type of quality to these style of beers. So if you don't like that, sit on it, or you might not enjoy it as much. But for me, that's why it also just is a notch above everything else. But beautiful beer. I'm really excited for what they do next. I mean, to me, I feel like they've jumped ahead as the best brewery out here in the city and the surrounding areas for this style. So Galaxy Far Far Away was killer. This guy is incredible, even better. They've got another release Eclipse coming out next Monday. Hopefully I can make it, but you know, if not, probably have to trade for some of those. So anyway, that's pretty much it for Baa Baa Meenie. So all that said, cheers, and I'll catch you guys later.